We're back.
What the witnesses saw.
Last time, Ryuta Sakurai was accused of a crime. Now we're cross-examining people because they're witnesses. Yeah, I'm good at recaps. What the witnesses
next
saw.
episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Is it just doing a regulation beef steak at the restaurant while having a technical discussion with the old man.
Extolling the virtues of a particularly fine golden curio to the material gentlemen.
At the precise moment, a firearm was discharged. I observed the enemy's actions with my own eyes. Like uniform varsity could not be that fired on the English civilian and rolled back the cowardly little weasel.
From the back?
No, sir, that's not.
Sport. Yes!
Yes!
That is so adorable.
He is so awkward.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, we're gonna watch him progress into an actually great...
What are you playing at, cadet?
Turning, aren't we?
What is the meaning of the subordination? Trusting the wound of papers on my mustache. Inconsistency, sir. I mean, yes. There was clear inconsistency here.
What nonsense. What can this document possibly tell us that we don't already know?
Well, obviously, that, I don't know what I meant to say, but the words just wouldn't come out of my mouth.
I think this proves beyond any doubt, Your Excellency.
Oh, I just realized that book is an
that
auto.
there is no place for an amateur student here in this grand courtroom.
This is so frustrating.
Oh, please. Surely this doesn't require an explanation. It couldn't be more plain. To spell it out would be an insult to the court.
It's about what?
What are you talking about?
It's apparent from the single glance at the post-mortem report presented by the defense that there is a clear discrepancy here with the sergeant's statement. Fuck.
What?
Sergeant
Ayasanosa.
Ayasanosa. Oh my god.
Yeah. Yes, sir. What, sir?
The statement you just made was this. The black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian, and from the back, the cowardly little weasel.
Yes, sir. Affirmative, sir. I witnessed the crime with my own military grade eyes, sir. Yes! But no, that just can't be. And why not, cadet? Because.
As is clearly stated in the post-mortem report, fatal hemorrhage from the pectoral ballistic trauma. No exit wound. Bullet did not pass through the body. The photographic print of the victim clearly shows the same thing. The victim, Dr. Wilson, died from a bullet wound to the chest. Sergeant, according to your witness statement, the culprit shot the victim from behind. And that is the obvious discrepancy here. Well, how do you explain it? He's so cute.
Oh, I get the baby!
Look at it!
What was that? As if it just popped up from behind his back and he pushed it down again.
What if that was the true sergeant?
Certainly there is clear discrepancy with the facts here. I do not agree, Sergeant Nosa. Yes, sir. That structure that would appear to be indisputable. Until the moment I heard the firearm discharge, my eyes were... Probably fixated on delicious Lakota steak, sir.
What?
The last testimony the court heard has proven one thing beyond all reasonable doubt. The witness is a daddy. And he didn't see the defendant firing the gun at all.
Ugh, that's absurd.
I think the conclusion we must draw is simple.
I'm moving this on.
Yeah. There is no place for an amateur prosecutor here in this grand courtroom.
Ah! Get that out,
Goddamn.
Chi. Inconsistency here. I haven't been paying attention to the symbol on this fan, but I think it'd be hilarious if it was changing to say, like, different things.
It might be.
I need to pay attention to the kanji on this fan now.
Yeah,
A complete
probably.
turnabout in the mood of this trial, just from one discrepancy. This is what being an ace attorney is all about. He said the thing!
Oh my god.
But I definitely saw him. At University Cadet, he was pointing the firearm directly at the victim's neck.
Yes, I did do that.
But I never fired the gun. All I did was pick it up off the floor. And you, old man, you didn't see the moment the victim was shot either?
Myself, I have already been quite clear. The gunshot interested me not. I was too busy on the floor sucking a certain something.
Oh,
Without
see.
these teeth, it gives me a lot of space.
I see. So you were trying to get your clientele over there to pay some real good money for your job.
It was for a discount.
You're busy on the floor, sorry. What were you doing? Oh god.
Hunting for
God damn it.
treasure? You mean dick?
Of course they mean dick.
Indeed, the Hoya Koban, my prized coin, which apparently was in his boost. On each occasion when I visited that restaurant, it was my habitude to place in it my bosom pocket a particular trinket of interest from my shop. Rasute.
Hope the meeting a rich diner might like to buy it from me.
On the day under scrutiny, it was. Oh my god, I just got sent a Discord message. Oh wait, that's not invented yet. It was a military man that I prefer my heart.
My holy treasure.
Is a man not entitled to the piss of his cock? Believe. Thanks, Will. Just such a rare find. I did not, but I was presented with little alternative other than sucking more. And then,
It
after
exploded!
averting my eyes for the briefest of moments, was there no more? It simply vanished.
The Koban vanished.
Hunting around the table I was, in case maybe it had fallen there, and then it happened. His penis.
There was cum
Oh, and a
everywhere.
There was nut everywhere. That was actually the sound of him, like, jizzing. Anyway.
The jizz was so powerful that it shot a hole into the defendant. Or not the defendant, the victim.
You heard the cum shot, you mean? Indeed I did, but I heeded it not. I was concerned only for finding my absconded Hoy treasure. Nothing could desert me! Out of interest, did you find the coin in the end? Fuck, no. I see. God damn it. Dave Johnson! that lamentable day the precious Hoi Koban was lost to me. No doubt some unscrupulous scoundrel pocketed the prize coin for himself after I was done.
Something tells me no such knows where it is. I am sure everyone present is aware. This case demands a swift and decisive resolution. Our government has promised to send a full report to Great Britain by telegraph this very afternoon.
Mr. Joestar, nevertheless, the witness testimony the court has just heard is inconclusive. No matter how subservient our government feels it must be to the British, it would be unforgivable to deliver a verdict in this trial right now.
What is your position, Prosecutor Ouchi?
Worry not, Your Excellency. The defendant may have fled a tiger at the front gate, but he will find a wolf at the back. That is a reference. My witness have further testimony to make.
Explain.
Upon hearing their next statements, it will become abundantly clear that there is not only one person who could have committed this despicable crime. The equally despicable defendant, Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
He really seems to have a despicable opinion of you, doesn't he?
Very well. The court invites the witnesses to testify again. You will thoroughly explain the reasoning behind the prosecution's allegation. Is that clear?
As clear as the Kiriko glass, Your Excellency.
Yes, sir. Sir. When it is signal, testify, sir. Oh, baby.
I love that baby.
Excuse me, is there something or someone peeking out over your shoulder? I think. Affirmative to know, as member of the Nosa family, to rise up to the work, sir. Name, idol.
Aww, that's so cute! And those straps are a sign of the sergeant being too strapped to afford a nanny.
Idol. Attention! Your father is about to roll the enemy. Watch it and learn, my boy.
Look at the baby!
Oh, good, I love the animations.
Yeah, they're really good. Good culprit.
Even if when I saw it, there was at the precise moment of the fire was discharged, it's almost the same thing.
Yes, pointing his gun at the foreign man who was lad in black. That much I myself see.
Furthermore, visual search of the premises at the time confirmed that there were only personnel present.
Indeed, alone he was, the Englishman dining all by himself.
Therefore, no one other than the black uniformed cadet could have dispatched the Englishman. Over and out. Something tells me I ain't gonna have to stop messing.
Yes! Yes!
Wait, that's nonsense. The victim, Dr. Wilson, wasn't alone at all.
Please, enough of these outbursts already.
There was a woman. There was a young woman at this table. You must have seen her. Everyone there must have seen her. Objection!
Call yourself
That's
a
me!
lawyer.
Usopp!
Then you will shit your pants.
On the fork
You'll
and stuff
respect
of
the
One
rules of the
Piece.
court and speak accordingly.
How dare you work the going merry, Luffy?
We're not here to listen to your gay fantasies. It is evident beyond all reasonable doubt that the victim was alone at the time of the incident. The prosecution has photographic evidence of this fact.
After though.
This is photographic and signal crime council.
But, okay, indeed, the table which the victim was dining, taken by an investigator immediately after the innocent? Shit. As can plainly be seen, there is only one place set.
Based on the appearance of this print.
Where was his body though?
It would be reasonable to conclude this is not it. This doesn't make any sense. But we'll have this new photographic evidence to work.
Bottle of carbonated water, a steak lunch, and all that bullshit.
Hang on, I want to look at something.
That's behind them.
That's the exact same stick.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
fork is in the same position, and so is the bottle and the...
Yeah, what the fuck? Okay.
Yeah, that's
so-
the chair he was sitting in right there. At the...
Yeah,
right
if
side of
that's
the
the
screen.
case, then there totally could have been another person. Because there was a table.
Yeah, they took a picture of their own table.
Yeah.
I don't understand. What's going on here? It's just not possible that nobody else saw that one.
The waiter before said the same thing.
Why just try to check my
that-
notes?
He maintains that Dr. Wilson came to the restaurant alone as well.
That's not true. I saw her. I swear that I saw a woman with him. It would seem that we'll be able to telegraph the report to Great Britain on time enough. But his testimonies we have just heard leave no further room for doubt.
These are very sensitive political times, as we all know. The ink is still fresh on the treaty with Great Britain. To think that
Akatsuchi.
Tsuchi will have contributed to the amity of these two great presidents.
How can this happen? How can this be happening? The judge is ready to rule.
Stand tall, Ryunosuke. It's not over yet.
The pictures, they're the same picture, except the body is gone.
If what you say is true, then there's something going on here behind the scenes. And now I will kill everyone here to draw the truth in your cross-examination.
Don't
He
look
actually is drawing his sword.
Yeah, I
Holy
saw
shit.
that. Offense is entitled to cross-examine the witness, but make it quicker. Understood?
Whisk. Rules can be so unbending at times.
Do I need to start pressing here? I didn't get a tutorial on how to press option.
It is an option now.
Even if what I saw wasn't pressing I was part of the same thing.
Yes!
You know what, I'm gonna press anyway. Just in case.
Go for it.
No, it's not the same thing at all. For a start, I didn't fire that gun. I have a difference of opinion on that. The opinion of a uniformed officer versus a fledgling cadet? I don't think so.
Consider this defendant. Shut the fuck up. Just a moment ago, I blinked.
Did you?
Did you see it? Did you see me blink?
How could I?
And yet it is an undeniable fact that I did blink.
He's not actually blinking. He
Get
doesn't have
fucked.
eyes modeled under there.
So there you have it. I have no eyes.
Okay, paying attention to the kanji. What? Attention! Sound of the firearm right in my ears in the very next moment. I saw you waving the gun at the Englishman.
I think that says it all, don't you? You piece of shit. Let us not forget that the antiques dealer witnessed the accused moment of this incriminating position as well. I keep fucking. That made Kurakuta.
I think it's gonna the foreign man he was. Yes! Young lad black.
Yes! Yes, it may have been true that I was holding the gun at the point in time. But I told you already. It's only because I picked it up off the floor.
Well, obviously, as the culprit, that's the only way you could explain it away.
I just finished drinking my coffee and I was about to leave the restaurant when... noticed a gun on the floor at Dr. Woods' feet, so I picked it up. And at exactly that moment, gunshot rang in my ears.
A yawn full of events beyond our control life is.
Sorry, what do you mean?
I mean, I just inhaled some essential oils from my dispenser. In your case, you found a pistol on the floor and picked it up.
You got
which
that Cincy page going.
Yep. Precipitated this testing predicament. Whereas conversely, God, I'm going to die. I failed to pick up the Koban off the floor and found myself in equally testing predicament as a result. ... Anyway, the fact remains. Myself, I did see you. With pistol in hand, standing over the foreigner.
Furthermore, the research prison at the time confirmed that there were only personnel present.
Yes!
Yes! You must have noticed someone at Dr. Wilson's table. It was only me there. Objection!
As you've been at pains to point out time and time again, I feel I'm growing calluses in my ear. And yet, no one else appears to have even caught a glimpse of this woman. Feeble, weak creature.
There had been more people dining at the time than someone would else would have noticed her.
Unfortunately, it was already past 2 p.m. when it happened. Quiet time between lunch and dinner in any restaurant.
First off, it's almost empty. You'd expect. 2 p.m. is neither here nor there in terms of time to eat. I wonder if there was any reason the victim was eating at that time of day. Like this.
Yes, Your Excellency, there was indeed a reason.
This
This was found in the victim's jacket pocket.
is that possible?
It is a medical report card, Your Excellency. It would seem that the victim had an appointment at a clinic prior to visiting this restaurant.
What a clinic? Yes, there would appear to be an
Please don't be
entry.
linked to the Hottie Clinic.
Oh no! I was about to say! 19th of November noon.
The very day of the incident.
So the victim went for a late lunch following his appointment. The explanation couldn't be any more simple.
I mean, that's usually when I eat lunch, actually.
Yeah. I just eat one for now. I just eat anything for now.
Yeah, I just eat whenever I'm hungry.
Also, well, I'm gonna wait and wait. So,
Wait, didn't the kanji change?
it's the same animation. So no, it's
Weird,
still
okay.
works the same.
Sorry, I'm blind.
Prosecution felt no need to submit this evidence before, as it really has no bearing on this case. Bear.
Bears.
Bearsona. I wonder, what do you think, Ryunosuke?
It is hard to see how it would be related.
Remember, you can request for it to be entered into the court record as evidence if you think it might be useful.
Or right, at least. Yeah.
Why not?
Hi, mate. I would ask if the medal would be to be submitted as evidence, Your Excellency.
On what grounds? The court has already heard the conclusive witness testimony. Additional evidence would be extraneous. Not to mention that the victim's movements prior to his arrival at the restaurant are of no concern.
Objection!
Shut the fuck up! Whether or not they're of concern is up to us to decide. We have a right to explore all possible.
We have no right to explore all
We have
possible
no
avenues.
right.
Only people have human rights.
Only people have human rights, Pika.
I beg pardon?
You have no authority to refuse a perfectly valid request for the submission of evidence.
Very well, the court will accept the participants' request.
Tisk! Youngsters these days have forever asserting their rights. It's almost a disturbing trend.
So we're currently add the victim's medical report card to the court record. Okay.
The victim's medical report card has been entered into the court record. What we need right now is new clues. We have to explore things from every possible angle, even if they don't seem relevant at first.
Right, I hear you.
You can conspire to prolong this trial as long as you'd like, but it's a day after the festival already for you. Or perhaps you'd forgotten that these witness testimonies leave no room for doubt.
I mean, we've actually contradicted them a few times already.
Feel free to reiterate for the accused, Kurakuta-san.
Okay, now before that, I just had a brain a big.
Yes!
Oh, no, I didn't want to press. Fuck. You actually saw that with your. Where is it? E. Court record. Hang on. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. So he was sitting.
You know, those marks that are kind of faded, those might actually be seating that have been altered.
Hmm.
Because up there by the victim's thing, there's a few like blotched out pieces.
There are, and there's also a few black caps around there.
We're gonna see.
Something about the position of that compared to this picture is
Yeah, it's off.
rubbing me. Yeah, it's.
Okay, hold on. Look at that. Look at the empty one again. The empty photo. Okay, that one's eaten. The one where he's dead in the picture isn't.
Corporate needs you to find the differences between these two pictures.
Wait, hang on.
Yeah, we can just look at the tables in the background too.
Yeah, the table's in the background.
There's no visible tables on that one.
So you actually saw that and recognized it. Victim, Dr. Wilson, dying wrong.
I did. Forgive me for the position I placed you in.
So the testimonies of the old man, the soldier, and the waiter all agree on one point. Isn't that interesting? And let us not forget the incontestable evidence that we have to support their statements as well. This half-eaten steak and the one that hasn't been touched. There's only a single beefsteak on the victim's table, a meal for one.
No.
Are you getting hungry, Ryunosuke?
Hmm?
The antiques dealer, the sergeant, and the waiter who testified before. Did I tell you that I have not eaten today, Bear?
Oh. Oh. Maybe you should eat something.
I probably should eat something. It's almost midnight. But if so, then why? I'm perfectly honest. I have a.
If I'm perfectly honest, I have absolutely no idea.
It's not almost midnight. It's 10:30.
Whoops.
It's almost midnight for me. Huh?
Standing alone because he was a loser.
Yes!
Yes, no one else but me could have done it. Aren't you telling the truth? Just look it up. Yeah, I remember. There's a woman sitting across the table from me. Perhaps one of you might not have noticed. But for both of you to have failed to see the professor's dining companion, it's just not possible. Fortunately for your undefended honor, not just the case of 2 witnesses alone. Sorry? Later, his testimony the court heard earlier literally stated the same thing. Also said the victim was alone. That's right.
Precisely. In other words, give this shit up, you dumbass. You're the sole proponent of this phantom lady. The opera. If a woman were indeed present at the scene, the prosecution demands to see proof. And if no such proof exists, the prosecution demands that no further mention of this phantom woman be made. It is a blatant waste of the court's time.
Doesn't even consider that.
Excellent work, Reeves. We've gleaned some new information just now.
Well,
And also, my voice is
don't
great.
change as much. I can't see that it brings any real discrepancies to it.
I wouldn't be so sure. Let me see that medical report card you got before.
Oh, you mean this?
Yes, this is a brand new piece of evidence. So perhaps we should examine it with a little more detail.
How exactly?
With a magnifying glass, bitch. These you may examine. Space and then take a closer look at them. Where's your keyboard, you say? Somewhere.
Keyboards?
Oh,
Are those been
We can
invented?
move it.
Rotate the evidence in all directions and examine it from all angles by using WASD.
Just click and drag for that.
Use your shitty thingy. You can move the crosshairs. Start to pulsate. Press space to investigate further. Well, it just gave us a hint as to what it was.
Yeah.
So, lover, if this isn't something to be learned by examining it in more detail.
Alright, I'll see what I can do. All you need to do is use arrows and lights. Base to expect any arrows. Set our... Yeah. And whole report card required for every visit. John Wilson, the clinic.
Oh god, that hurts my eyes.
Oh,
Ooh.
Oh, there's a peel. You can get
dentist. Hoda.
Oh, no.
I see. Oh, you can click and drag. Ah!
Ooh.
Okay, I like that.
It's very sensitive.
Oh,
You can
There it
open
goes.
it.
we can look at all of his records.
Alright, well, let's look at the last one.
They have actual sprites!
Oh!
Let's have a look. This seems to be some kind of medical history. Oh, and there's an entry for the day the professor was killed. Extraction of molar with topical anesthesia.
Extraction of molar? You mean he had a tooth taken out?
It would seem so. Just before the incident, he had a bad tooth removed. Perhaps they used laughing gas. That's the most modern practice in the West for pain relief.
Yes, I've heard of this anesthesia. I don't believe anything that can stop you from feeling pain.
Ah, there's also a cautionary note from the medical practitioner as well. Simply no food or drink besides water for 3 hours post-procedure until anesthetic effects have passed.
Really?
Is that why that one steak was completely fucking uneven?
Uh,
Sounds like information worth bearing in mind.
I could have done with it. That statement only changes.
I think it's time we listen to the testimony again, don't you?
Definitely. Alright.
Dining all by himself. This might be it.
Yep. Where's my percent button?
Yes!
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 He's so awkward.
Well, I think,
About what?
Oh fuck. But what? Are you a withering lad? Call yourself a lawyer?
I wish I could. First and foremost, you're accused.
Ryunosuke. Everyone stumbles on their words occasionally. Under the circumstances, I wouldn't worry about it.
Thanks, Kazuma.
I could see it quite clearly in the cross-examination you just carried out. When you raised your hand straight up like that, so purposefully, you knew exactly what it is you wanted to say. Don't feel like you have to choose your words carefully. Just say what you're thinking.
Alright. Thanks for the advice. Berkutsu. This is a medical report belonging to the victim.
I don't see. What of it, boy?
Comparing what is written on the report card with a witness statement. Something clearly doesn't add up.
You fucking suck. Dear me, have you forgotten your words my words so soon? I am
Trish.
Yes.
Sorry, what?
I am her. You are not to interrupt.
I am Trish, this
with
wound in
your
my arm is
amateuring-
Trish.
your
Trish is
amateurish
fine.
Trish
Trish is
dribble.
fine. Trish is me.
Trish is
But-
me. Let's see if I can explain it in words Trish might understand. It was after 2 p.m. in the afternoon, when the victim was murdered at the restaurant.
And Trish was murdered at a restaurant at 2
When
p.m.
Trish was murdered, whether she or may or may not have done before that time is completely irrelevant.
But that's
Remember, Ryunosuke, you don't have to use clever language or fancy words. Just make your point.
Your Excellency, I believe we're finished here. There's clearly no need to prolong this trial further.
mm,
The witness testimonies the court has heard have all been clear and concise.
subject.
This medical report card has no bearing on the matter at all, for the simple reason that there is no one else besides this pale-faced pupil who could have done this shit.
Oh shit! You did the death slam.
He did it right, too!
This medical report card has nothing to do with the case. Do you really believe that?
That outburst hath petrified me, boy. Of course I believe it. How could it possibly be relevant? Bitch.
Perhaps because Hoda Clinic, which has issued the report card, is a dental clinic.
A dental clinic? Is that supposed to mean something to me?
Perhaps if I told you that the victim had just had a tooth extracted?
The fuck? What's this now?
And furthermore, if I told you that as a result, the victim had been forbidden from eating. What are you trying to say, Cadet? He had orders not to eat, so what? It's all written up in here. No food or drink of water for 3 hours post-procedure while anesthesia wears off.
Passed, yeah.
What? No, that.
Barracuda-san,
What, boy? What?
as you just heard, when he was killed sometime shortly after 2 p.m., the victim couldn't have been eating anything at all.
No.
Additionally, there's no more. But there's more. You
There's more.
assured the court with unwavering self-confidence that the victim was dining alone. Yet that cannot possibly be the case. Because the victim, as we now know, had just had one of his teeth extracted, but still experiencing the effect of anesthetic.
Expertly done, partner. Lover.
Shit!
Objection!
Objection!
What is this nonsense, you little upstart? Is a man not entitled to the piss of his cock? These are baseless accusations. Just look at this photographic evidence.
It's a man not entitled to the piss of his cock. Ouchie, whatever his name is. I want to see calligraphy of that.
Andrew Ryan. You can clearly see the state of the food at the victim's bibble.
Objection!
Eat your own ass. Oh, and use your head. That's the very discrepancy we're talking about. Or can't you follow the logic?
How dare you?
I think it's fair to say that the tables in this restaurant case have turned. Wouldn't you agree, Ryunosuke?
Yes, most definitely. Having just undergone some dental surgery, the victim was unable to eat. There's one very crucial conundrum. Who, in fact, was eating the pictured beef stick? The court will hear the opinion of the defense on this new puzzle. I assume you're ready, counsel? Oh, that must mean me, doesn't it?
Alright. The answer to this question is going to be pivotal. This is the start of you turning this trial around. Show them what you are made of.
Got it. So, person eating the steak at the victim's table must have been... Victim is up. Me! The two witnesses. And as the
unknown third party.
obviously,
Is it right?
it could only have been someone else who was sitting at the professor's table.
You motherfucker! You will not let us go, will you? There was no such person.
There was, because I saw her.
When the incident occurred, we know that the victim couldn't have been eating anything. Yet we have evidence of a half-eaten steak on his table. Therefore, the only logical conclusion is that there was someone else there eating it. We have strong evidence to support our assertion. It's clear that these witnesses' testimonies are unreliable. If the court decides to push through a ruling at this stage, we will lodge a formal complaint with the Ministry of Justice to pursue a fair retrial relentlessly.
Cosmo.
Are you insane? You would take on the government?
Don't worry, Counsel. I have no issue with you.
What do you mean?
I have an issue with them, those two witnesses on the stand.
Ah! What are you talking about?
We have demonstrated with evidence that the victim was not alone. So, if it now turns out that you two have deliberately lied when giving your testimonies, obviously you will be charged with a perjury.
Perjury.
And since this is a murder trial, you will also be deemed complicit to the killing. Complicit in murder?
No! I didn't see the bean!
Oh, yeah.
Negative. There was no mention of this at the technical meeting. It was just following orders.
Alright, as the man says. Just say you never saw the gentlewoman. That's what they have told us. Oh.
What? What did you just say, Kurakura-san?
Oh,
Oh god, is he gonna have a
No.
breakdown? We're just following orders?
Now hold on, lad. I was. Say you never saw the gentlewoman? When you say gentlewoman, do you mean you saw the victim with a lady from overseas?
Oh my god, they did an orchestral remix on that tense theme from the first game.
Oh shit!
What?
Objection! What is the meaning of all this? These witnesses gave false statements? Is this true, you pair?
Just one. Just one simple done. Order, counsel. Explain what is going on here.
Painfully clear now. You tried to prevent these witnesses from telling the truth.
Absolutely not. The prosecution knows nothing of this.
Oh, he didn't do it. Then who's behind this? Who tried to make you keep your mouth shut?
Well,
That's classified. His mustache.
so you're prepared to be tried as a conspirator to this murder, are you?
You wouldn't. This can't be happening.
Ryunosuke. Judging from the way that they reacted to this, I'd say they were sworn to silence by someone with considerable influence. However, I don't believe Aoshi had any idea about it.
What are you saying? To wield that kind of influence, someone would be a handful of possibilities. From the government, military, or police, I suppose.
Well, any ideas as to who might be behind this? If we can affirm who tried to silence these witnesses, then we can continue our pursuit.
Even if one of us tried to make the witness keep their mouth shut. Oh, I have a bad idea. I have a bad feeling.
Oh god. Let me read this line and then you can fucking tell me about it. We'll need evidence to make sure. Before we make any firm I can't even read it properly. Evidence that proves whoever it was really did wield his or her power here.
How can we possibly?
Remember how we made this progress before.
What?
We examined this piece of evidence in more detail and found a new clue as a result.
Oh yes, that's right.
Well, that's not the only piece of evidence we have, is it? We need to re-examine everything and make sure...
I forgot about the waiter. Oh shit. Wait. Him. He might have something to do.
Ooh. There's no time to lose.
We still need to check the card from the waiter.
We do.
Oh, when it's proven that these witnesses have been manipulated, I assure you the penalty will be severe.
Please, wait, Your Excellency! I had no idea about any of this. I swear to every Shinto god.
I don't think the waiter could have manipulated, but I have an idea.
I knew nothing.
Defense have to say about all this. Well, Your Excellency. No time to think. I'm just gonna have to close my eyes and shout out the first thing that comes to my head. The only person with the necessary influence to manipulate it was... It's him. He's an authority in forensic medicine.
Yeah. Yeah, he could have fucked with shit.
Yes!
42. Number 15.
What do you make of that? In counsel that you may want to close your ears to your eyes. Otherwise, the sense of the courtroom may very well deafen you. Oh, was that a penalty? Oh, thank God!
Shut your face. Otherwise, I may have to use the influence I have in this courtroom to shut it permanently.
Okay, you know what? I'm glad I was wrong, because I was worried there that it's what they were going for.
I don't have a great deal of influence myself, but believe me, I can find other ways to make you shit.
I just find other ways to make you shit. Actually, if you think about it, might be so. Okay, then it was the
Examine
waiter.
them first, and you can.
Let's look at that court record.
Okay, then it has to be the waiter then, right?
I mean, probably. Do we go for it?
Yes!
Surely that would be Torohosa Nagas. Waiter, stand earlier. Poppycock!
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 Poppy cutie pie!
It's time to shine!
What possible reason would the waiter have to make these witnesses give false testimony?
Well, you see, if we just look at the court record and examine his business card.
Oh shit!
Chief Inspector! Oh!
Oh fuck! He's not a waiter! It was all kanji that was on the back.
It was.
Oh my god, that dumbass. Why did he give us this? Well, that's unexpected.
Okay, now I feel dumb, but I'm glad my first thought was wrong. I didn't want it to
Yeah,
be
'cause
the
he's hot.
What is.
Look, do you see? It says the witness's name here. Satoru Hosonaga.
Yes, business card sent to show the person's name. It's sort of point.
That's not the name, that's unexpected. It's his job title.
Oh, Chief Inspector Satoru. Theory Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau. Inspector, what on earth?
I have no idea. Let's face it, the police have a lot more power and influence. If they're wielding it somehow here. Waiter's business card.
I get the. Why do I get the feeling like that might be something that's going to show up again for Flower?
I mean, we'll figure it out, right?
I can examine it.
Ooh, Imperial. Oh, he has a code on it.
10,600. That's. I'm guessing that's a student ID?
Might be. Yeah, university collar pin. You know, judging by the way that the waiter was acting whenever he first got here, he might have been sworn to secrecy too. Considering he hesitated before, you know.
Not to mention the fact that even a waiter could not possibly have that level of influence.
For once, I would agree with you. If, that is, the man truly were a waiter.
If he truly were.
Come on, Ryunosuke. Time to hit this court with the truth.
Time to throw the shit into the fan and make sure it's pointed directly at the prosecutor. Action.
Exactly, Ryunosuke.
Yes! Yes!
The restaurant's catched by the man and busted.
Some point during this.
I agree, it shows a great deal of attention to detail. I'm not sure who did it. Sorry, Excellency, that's the back of the card. The back of the card, that's of interest. Big reporter? Perhaps you should have said the front? Yes, it's the front and the back of the card. That's what we're doing. What the fuck? Yeah, me too.
Ryunosuke, just show him.
Somebody please explain what this overexcited student is trying to say.
Hosonaga-san sketched the plan on the restaurant on the reverse side of his business card. The front of that business card reveals the man in question's profession, his true profession.
His profession? Surely. Good gracious!
That's right, Your Excellency. The card reads Chief Inspector, Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau.
What? The waiter is a police detective?
Huh?
I haven't heard any mention of this before. Why haven't I heard any mention of this before?
The Imperial Police Bureau has immense power? Immense power, as far as regular civilians are concerned. So, witnesses there in the stand. Was it in fact the waiter who gave you your orders? Was it he who told you not to mention that you've seen this foreign gentlewoman on the scene?
Whoa. Oh.
I'm back, bitch!
There. Okay, I know what was throwing me off about him. Why does he look like Simon? Inspector Kusunaga!
Simon?
Yeah, from Dual Destinies.
Oh, yep.
Yeah. Also, Simon is hot. I love him.
Yep, he's cute. I was worried something like this might happen. The moment you asked me to submit my sketches as evidence, I realized it was a possibility.
Plan to court record as evidence. Oh, that's right. He did that suspicious thingy. He was acting super sus. I saw you venting earlier. Oh, yeah. He did act strangely when the judge asked him to hand it.
I strive to carry out all investigations flawlessly. It's my guiding principle. But I'd let myself be distracted when I made that sketch.
Oh, I gotta look at the baby's face.
Baby.
Oh, this is not bubble.
It was an unusually careless mistake.
So, you mean to say you really are a detective?
Are you trying to be a waiter? Why would a detective be working as a restaurant?
I need to drink some water.
Salary must be terrible. Water. I was
Had to take a
working
nice
underwater.
I was working undercover.
Undercover?
Yes. There have been a series of incidences in the restaurant recently. In order to investigate, I decided to get a job there as a waiter working undercover. Incidents at the restaurant. What kind of incidents? That would be classified police information, which I am not at liberty to divulge. However, I can state categorically that they are unrelated to this case's homicide.
Very well then, Inspector Hosoda. But you will elaborate on one point.
Of course, Your Excellency.
You have just heard new information. Witnesses beside you. At the time of the shooting, there was in fact another person for the night of it. That is indeed true. Clearly, you would have also been aware of this person's presence, having served the table in question. However, Tsuwani did not allude to this of your diner, therefore, I am led to assume that in your professional capacity as a police officer, you require these witnesses to be in agreement. Would that be correct? I feel like I misread it. Okay, why are you coughing up blood, though?
Your Excellency.
Unbelievable.
As I suspected. As soon as I heard the gunshot, I ran out of the kitchen to see what had happened. The victim sat slumped in his chair, and beside him, gun in hand, stood the accused student. Sitting opposite the victim at the same table was a young lady, whom I guessed to be an Englishwoman. So the truth comes out. I immediately sealed off the restaurant and reported the incident to the Bureau. It was then that I received some special orders.
What do you mean to say?
Remove the Englishwoman from the scene at once. It was made clear that the Englishwoman's presence at that restaurant was to be concealed. Those were my orders.
Cat jumped down.
Huh.
But what if this Englishwoman is killer?
I think it would be in everyone's best interest not to pursue that idea. The Empire views the friendly terms of its relationship with Britain more highly than anything at the moment. An Englishwoman, man. Oh,
An
shit.
Englishwoman has been murdered by an Englishwoman.
A man has fallen into the river in Lego City. To name an Englishwoman as the primary suspect.
Sasibaka.
Sasibaka. Without refutable evidence, they would be completely out of the question. So that's the reason for the disappearance of the Phantom Woman of this case.
But it's not right. Huh.
One possibly does spring to mind.
What do you mean, Kazuma?
Yume University is currently hosting a member of exchange students from Great Britain. And I'm fairly certain that one of them studying the medical faculty's research laboratory. Why was that so difficult?
We can read.
Is a young Englishwoman. You're a shrewd man. I can clearly see why you're the chosen candidate for the overseas study tour.
You
That's
mean
the sound of a dog walking when I removed the woman from the scene of the crime. I thought it prudent to check her identity first.
then the court demands that you name the lady in question at once, Inspector.
The Englishwoman sitting at the university professor's table was a certain Miss Giselle Brett. Giselle Brett.
Jizzy Brett.
Jizzy.
Jiz Brett. She's indeed a
Okay.
foreign student studying in the research laboratory of Yume's University Medical Facility.
What
The
is
kanji
happening
didn't
here?
change. Okay.
Why is he so tall? I admit that under orders from the police bureau, I erased all evidence of this lady's presence in the scene. And ordered these witnesses to make no mention of her in the testimonies. If it must be up to your excellency to decide how to deal with this situation.
Very well. My thoughts on the matter are as follows. As far the case presented in court has been underpinned by a particularly critical premise. Namely, that the victim was dining alone. However, as we have now discovered, this proves to be a discretion of our justice system to ignore the truth and give a ruling.
Objection! Your Excellency! That would mean missing the noon deadline of the ruling in order to send the telegraphic report to Great Britain. Our own government will surely be displeased by such actions.
Calm yourself, Counsel. I will not let the government of our country or any other influence leadings in my courtroom. Dr. Hosonaga,
Yes, sir.
we will locate Miss Giselle Brett and escort her to the courtroom at the utmost urgency.
Once, Your Excellency.
But that means you'll be going against special orders you were given from the police bureau.
As I said before, it is my guiding principle to carry out all investigations flawlessly.
So, will be a problem?
Nothing will get in my way.
I still want to know why you're cupping up.
I do too.
We'll adjourn briefly. Prosecution must call the English student Giselle Brett to the witness stand. Do I make myself clear?
Yes. Your Excellency!
Good. Then we will have a 30-minute recess before reconvening. Shit. To be continued.
Dude. Ah, shit, dude.
Dang.
Damn.
Yeah, this is good.
Save your current progress.
Uh,
No save game data.
and all these save slots. I bet you probably got like 2 in previous version.
Probably.
That's the
Maybe
many
3.
you got in other 3DS games. Anyways,
Hmm.
what was that? Next time on Great Ace Attorney, we reconvene court and see
Bye.
who